Hello everyone and welcome. Today we have a speed build, and as you can see, this is what we are building today, and it is a 2-bedroom 3-bathroom home set in Strangerville, and it is a mix of modern and traditional, so a bit of a hybrid build today. Now I am building in the gorgeous Creek Corner Cove lot. I absolutely adore this lot. I think it is one of the most gorgeous lots in the game. Like, it's got amazing views, like really nice landscaping around it, and it's just like beautifully situated, just with this amazing view. Like, it's absolutely stunning. I know that Solani would give some of these lots a real run for their money, but I think this one's really up there as far as beautiful lots go. What do you guys think is the most beautiful lot out there? There's a question for you. I'm very curious. I'm going to go check out your answers and see if I agree or disagree. But I would probably agree. I mean, there's so many gorgeous lots out there, but I think this one is really very much up there. So, as you may or may not have gathered from watching this build so far, I did not have an inspiration for this build. I did actually have an idea as to what I wanted to do with the build. So a couple of things that I wanted was the bay windows. So you can see those angled at the front there. So I definitely wanted bay windows. I kind of feel like the Strangerville aesthetic lends itself to the kind of traditional bay window. So that was the first thing that I knew that I wanted in the build. So I wanted to have those. And the other thing I wanted was an angled entranceway. I have a bit of a thing with angled entranceways at the moment. I don't know why. But again, I kind of felt like that lends itself to the Strangerville kind of vibe. So yeah, those are the two things I wanted, and I kind of built around that. And also the Sims that I am putting into this build, because this is going to be going into my save file, and I haven't actually made the Sims yet. They're in my head, but they're not made. So I will make them at some point. But yeah, the Sims that I had in my head, they are kind of a mix. There's like 2 bedrooms, so there's kind of 2 couples going in here, and they are more modern in their sort of mindset and their outlook on the world, but they are living in Strangerville, where the houses tend to be a little bit more traditional. So they've brought like a little bit of their modern aesthetic into the build. But yeah, I wanted to bring Strangerville into the build as well, which is kind of the idea behind the hybrid of modern and traditional. So as you can see, the roof is slowly coming together. I did have to muck around with that for quite some time just to get what I wanted from it in terms of the look, but we got there in the end, just using a mix of the gable roofing, the half gable, and also I think maybe the octagonal, or it could be the no, I don't think it's pentagonal, octagonal I think, with the roof. So I don't often use a lot of the circular roofs, so every now and then I'll pull a build out and I'll have like a circular roof in there. So it's nice to mix it up a little bit and bring something different into the mix. So as you can see here, I'm adding my nod to the traditional with the white picket fence. Very traditional as far as these things go. And also the column is more of a traditional style as well. So that's what I mean by bringing in sort of a hybrid look as far as some of the little touches with the build to, you know, make it feel more Strangerville. So this is where I bring in a little bit of the modern, because I am using the different colours and different mediums. I'm using the different textures on the walls. So I'm just working through the balance of that and how I wanted that to go. So I definitely wanted to have like a stone on the little outcropping column-y type sections, but it seemed like a bit much how I had it. So I was just sort of thinking through how to balance that a little bit better. So I will still play around with that a little bit, because yeah, I sort of felt like the stone was a little bit too much. So I wanted to bring like a third element in there, and then I decided after a little bit of fussing around that I would go for a grey tile, because a lot of this aesthetic is going to be grey, and then I'm going to bring colours through with the grey as well, and then you'll see they're probably a lot more in the interior than the exterior, which is just going to be fairly simple in its colours, just with a little bit of brightness in the garden. And part of this for the Sims is one of the couples are sort of crafty. So you'll see, like, I'll bring that through on the interior of the build. But they're also, both couples are very much into transitioning to a simpler lifestyle. So they will have like some eco things. I think I get some solar panels on the roof at one point. I don't know if I do it on camera or off camera though, because I was fixing a couple of things, and I put some solar panels on the roof, and there is going to be some little bits and pieces of simple living ideas coming into the backyard as well. And it will be set up for kids. There isn't a kids room in the build, but I did add some kids stuff to the exterior, because, you know, if you've got couples, there's an opportunity there for children to come along. So, you know, the possibility is there. Maybe one couple moves out and then like the other bedroom gets converted into a kids room. It could be possible. So as you can see here, we're putting a hen house in here. I thought that would be super cute. I don't often put like hen houses or the cow sheds, llama sheds, or anything like that into my builds. So I thought I'd mix it up a little bit and put a hen house in there and help them with their simple living dream. You know, they're not full out with it. They don't have like a big garden or anything like that, but it's a little starting point for these Sims with ambitions of a simple life. So I'm just working on the garden now. So I'm actually using the Horse Ranch daisies because I thought they actually worked really nicely with the Strangerville ones, which I think are from Debug. Pretty sure, because I don't think they were in the non-debug. Just a normal library of options for flowers. So I'm just doing like a little kids area down the side here. As you can see, so just getting a little bit of spawning equipment, some seating, and I'm going to put like the little play tent in there as well. So as far as packs go, this isn't a limited pack build, I don't think, off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's not, because I use kits and stuff. Yeah, no, it's not. So it's just going to be all of the packs all of the time for this one. But it's nice every now and then to have a build where I do get to use the packs that I like and all the stuff that I like, and not limit myself. So I'm just building a little sand pit here for the kiddies. Obviously it's a non-functional aesthetic only sand pit, because yeah, I wonder if you like, sorry, I just got a thought. You know how like on the beach in Solana you can like dig for treasure and stuff like that? If you like painted sand onto a lot, would it be functional like that? I've never tried it. Has anyone ever tried that? I'm sure someone has. Surely someone has. Like, I'm sure it isn't functional, but it would be cool if it was. Anywho, moving on, we're just doing a bit more of the garden around the front. So I got distracted thinking about that. I didn't dwell too much on that. It was just like mainly cactuses and a bit of the Jungle Adventure flowers, and not cactuses, sorry, the spiky plants, whatever they're called. Maybe they're a type of cactus. And I just outlined that with rocks. And then I used this wiggly woggly outdoor retreat tree, which I actually really like. I think it actually looked really good with in the area. And I'm just using a little bench here, and just for a little sweet garden area. So, you know, nice relaxing area where you can have a nice sit and enjoy the evening and the view. Because hey, it's a gorgeous view. Why wouldn't you enjoy it? Windows. So I got there in the end. It took me a little bit of fussing around, but I went with the cats and dogs windows. Once again, they lend themselves to a more traditional look, I think, rather than a modern. But I don't think they're super traditional because, you know, they don't have the shutters or anything like that. So I thought they actually worked really nicely for that kind of hybrid style of build. And I think they're really nice windows, so bonus. And I am going to probably come back and do a little bit more work on the exterior as well, because I forgot a few things, and you'll be able to see those in the tour when I do that, because I did forget to do a couple of sections in the in the outdoor area. But you know, that's why you do a little tour and see what you did and just make sure you didn't miss anything. And I did miss something, so I went back and fixed it. So now we are moving to the inside of the build. I'm just working on where I want to put the staircase and how this is all going to be laid out. I will usually start with the staircase when I'm working out the floor plan, because the placement of the staircase just, you know, it sets the tone for where and how the floor plan will be laid out. So it is starting to come together here. So this is where the stairs will sit on the downstairs and the upstairs, because that's where they're sitting and that's how they're connected. So I'm just blocking off the hall entrance area, so just squaring that off just to make that a lot easier moving forward. I kind of had a dream of a really nice wide walk-through area from the living room into the kitchen and dining. So in that back corner behind the stairs is going to be a bathroom. So that's going to be a bathroom / laundry hybrid. And then upstairs you're going to have 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms. So each of the bedrooms upstairs will have an ensuite. So that's always nice. Love to have an ensuite if you can. So this is our floor layout. So dining and kitchen will go off to the left side there. And I'm just using, what am I using? It looks like country living, I think, lights. So once again, that's that traditional kind of vibe coming through. And then I forgot the windows up the top. Some of the windows up the top got there in the end. So I'm using a mix of the taller ones and the shorter ones, just depending on what the wall is and the room is. So I use like some of the shorter ones on the kitchen as well when we get to that. I think I did this, like I built this in a weird order, like decorated it in a weird order. Like normally I would start with like the kitchen and stuff. That would normally be my go-to starting point, but I think I started upstairs on this one, weirdly enough. And as I mentioned, so grey would be a carrying theme throughout this house. So it's going to be the basis for the build, and then I'm going to bring all the colour into the build from there. So I'm using, I think that's Discover University wallpaper. I feel like that is in the bathrooms. So that's the grey that I chose there. So it's got the, I think a little bit more of that traditional look, but we're bringing in the modern of the modern bathroom plumbing accessories. So yeah, once again, mixing the modern and the traditional. So yeah, weirdly, I'm starting with the bathroom. Of all the things I could have built first, a bathroom. But then I am moving on to one of the main bedrooms. Well, there's only 2 bedrooms, so yes, it is going to be one of the main bedrooms, isn't it? So I went with, I think that's the Snowy Escape bed and the Dream Home Decorator side tables, because they fit really nicely into that little tiny space. And I'm pretty sure that's Snowy Escape lamps as well. So I went with the spooky stuff pack wallpaper. I do love that wallpaper because I like that it's got like a little pattern through it, and I think it's really pretty, and I use that throughout the house. And then I am bringing in a little pink into this room, so it is a little bit softer and a little bit more feminine, but I think it's kind of neutral at the same time. I kind of envisioned the Sims that are going in there, you know, they're doing the simple life, and they are trying to live a better life. But these ones are the couple that are in this bedroom are into wellness. I in hindsight, I didn't put a yoga mat in this one or a meditation stool, but that would have been quite good for these guys. But they're sort of, you know, quite calm and into serenity and peace. And I think this room really suited them. Serenity now, serenity now. So I'm using quite a bit of the Snowy Escape stuff actually in this room, because I think that kind of worked with the vibe, and a bit of the dream home decor. Sorry, I just got distracted. I think the neighbour's mowing their lawn. Perfect timing. So I've just got like a little of the high school years desk, which is one of my favourite desks, and also the high school years dresser as well, because that's also super cute. So I'm just putting the books onto a shelf. Rather than having a bookshelf, I'm having books on a shelf. Very different. So then I used, which lamp is that? Is that, I know it's the mailbox lamp, but I can't remember which pack that comes with. Is it growing together? Not sure. But anyway, the decorating is coming together, so I've got bits and pieces on there that work nicely with the pink room, and bringing in the pink and the grey. And into the next bedroom here, we are going with a green theme. So this is for the crafty couple. So I have like little bits of touches of crafty things all through the room, and I think that was super cute when it comes to that. So they have their little computer, little office area there, their diploma, just putting in the Dream Home Decorator bench because I wanted to do like a bookshelf and stuff there. And as you can see, I'm using the Dream Home Decorator doors, which I am obsessed with at the moment, and I don't really know why. I just think they're really clean and pretty because they are just, you know, they're just really simple, but I think, you know, sometimes that can be a nice thing. So over on this side of the wall, I'm going to be building a dresser kind of area and adding in little touches of the Sims personality as well, because we're going to have a few other little doodads going in here. So you see that going into the corner, sort of getting some pictures up on the wall. And I think I'm going to put like a little table here. There we go. So that one is from Spa Day. And we've got some lovely traditional flowers, so bringing that touch of traditional through. And then I think with the crafting stuff, you get a touch of traditional there as well. Because we're going to have the easel in here, and then we're going to have, is it knitting or crocheting? I think it's knitting. Maybe it's both. Let's see what I do, but yeah, so I'll add in touches of that as well into this room, so that reflects their little crafty personalities. So there we go. So it's like some knitting bits and pieces. Oh, I will have to tweak the room a little bit because I was like, where am I going to put my knitting? So shifted that all over and put my little knitting basket there, and some of the pretty nifty knitting wall decorations to go up there as well. And just getting the curtains in, so I'm using, I think those are Seasons curtains, are they? I think so, possibly. And just doing a little tiny decoration out on the hallway, just a nice seat and a candle. A candle on the wall, why not? That's from Wedding Stories. So just tweaked the rug there on the floor, went with yellow, and then moving into the final bathroom upstairs. So this is like backwards. I normally would like do the downstairs first and then the upstairs, but I don't know, I just went upstairs first for this one. Why not? And I kept it pretty simple, so just using the same sort of things that I used in the other bathroom. So it's like a traditional wall, but we've got the modern appliance. Well, they're not appliances. What do you call plumbing items? Just plumbing? Is that? I mean, do they have an official name? Am I having a complete moosey blank on it? Possibly. Oh well, the plumbing, anywho, modern plumbing, and I'm just putting in some shelving there, some pretty shelving, and I think probably a little plant or something will go in that corner. There we go. Just adding a bit more life to that. And then we are moving downstairs. So this is going to be the downstairs bathroom, and it will have a laundry in it as well, because I'm not very good at remembering to put in laundry. So I thought, why not put in a laundry for once? Plus, I wasn't doing limited packs, so that allowed me to put a laundry in if I felt like it. So I did. I felt like it. So there. So I'm using a lot of the laundry day pack in this room because it's nice to indulge in all the bits and pieces. I currently have the triangle bath in there that will disappear. It just didn't work. And it was actually a really odd shaped room, as you can see there. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's weird, like triangle, rectangular kind of shape. It's weird. And in this one, I will have to go back, and I did play test it, and there's a few things that I did in this room that didn't work at all. So you'll see this coming up with the sink. I did fuss around with the sink. I tried something out and it was an absolute epic fail. So I was like, no. So you'll see what I'll do there in a second. So I'm just fussing around with where I'm going to place like the bathroom and stuff. I was going to do a half wall, but because it's on an angle, I was like, I couldn't get the half wall in the place that I wanted. So I used the Snowy Escape divider, which just worked a treat anyway. And that actually worked. So there we go. So that worked, but the sink did not. Yeah, I will probably play around with that for a little bit, but yeah, I tried, but it was just like too high or something, and the Sims didn't like it. So this, unfortunately, my pretty sink idea didn't work, and it had to go. But I do keep a lot of the decorations and stuff that I do in here. So that's the triangle bath. We will say goodbye to that. And then I realised that it was a little bit shorter and I needed a little bit more space there. So that required a little bit of changing around, but we got there. So I think that's the Ain't So Slate bath that came with seasons, just going in there. And just getting a mirror and a plant just to brighten up that corner, and I'll do like a little bit of decorating around the sink as well. So there's a bit of that to go in. I actually go back to the old immaculate shelving and use that for my decorating. Thank you very much, immaculate shelving. You are ever useful. So here's the shelving going in there, and I'll just get some decorations onto that using the... Do I use the Dream Home? Oh, I think I just maybe snap things on. I was just being lazy. I didn't drag things, I just snapped things. And then I did something a little different in this corner. I just didn't want to use like the same old thing, so I just used this little wall planter thing from Eco Lifestyle, and then did like a shelf with a little shrunken shelf like that with a little thing on it. So yeah, that's a little bit different. So I'm just about done in the bathroom, just fluffing around with a few bits and pieces, and then doing the rug, and I think we're about finished in there, but I do have to go back and change a few things because they didn't work. Oh well. So bringing in a little bit of green into the room and a bit of colour, because I think the green sort of suited all the, you know, little plants and stuff in there. And that is from the My First Pet stuff pack. Those are blinds. Probably one of the most useful things from that pack, let's just say. So then we move on to the hall, the entrance area. So I did like a cute little seating area. It took me a little while to find a painting, but that painting looks super cute. Like it has like a little shade of green and the grey, and I thought it just worked really nicely. So I'm just looking for a coat rack. So there we go. I think that's just a Seasons coat rack there. And I'll just do a little bit more decorating, get the umbrella in there and some plants. I do like a nice little hall area. It's a nice like entrance to your home, you know. You walk in there and it's a first impression kind of thing, really, isn't it? Like if someone has never been to your home before and you want to give off a good first impression, and you have this lovely hall area, then I think you're pretty much all halfway there at least. Just putting like a little lunchbox and a bag in the corner. Once again, it's not a kid's house, but maybe it's a university student's house. So that's a possibility too. I hadn't thought that far ahead with the Sims. Maybe one of the, I mean, they are young couples, so one of them could be at university. and they have their little lunch bag in their bag. So just using the horse ranch end table there with a little mirror above it. There wasn't too much I could do with that wedge shape corner. I do have a few wedge shape rooms in this build, but or a couple at least anyhow. But it works a treat. So there we go. I think we're about done with this whole area. Just adding in some lighting. So here we go into the living area. So this is a reasonably large size living area, to be honest. So it was a nice little space to fill out. I kind of did it as half study, half, well, not really half. I just like did a little desky study area, and then the rest is the living room. But I thought that worked nicely there with the tiny home stuff pack desk. Yeah, I think it is. What is the bookshelf? Is that high school years? I think it might be. Anywho, it works nicely, and I wanted to bring like a little bit of warmth because the grey can be colder in vibe. I wanted to bring like a little bit more warmth in with the warmer tones and the wood and that I'm using for the furniture. So that's how I'm bringing in a little bit more warmth into the room, and just to make it feel a little bit more family orientated. I mean, as I said, it's not a family house, but you know, these guys might have families in the future, so that could be something to think about. So I did a TV on the wall here and decided that I wanted to mix it up a little bit, so I thought about doing a feature wall. So I'll change the wallpaper in behind here, and I've used, I think I changed those little cabinets that are underneath the TV. I don't think I keep that design. But anyway, they're there for the moment. I think those are the Get Famous ones, aren't they? So, this is where I am thinking about a feature wall, because I was like, it's a bit samey. So I ended up just going with a base game feature wall. And there you go. Yeah, I changed the cabinets underneath as well. What did I go with? Are they the Jungle Adventure ones? Jungle Adventure? I think they might be, actually. I don't often use them, but they are, I think they actually really captured the traditional modern kind of vibe I was going for, so that worked really nicely. And then I kind of had like a orchid / lily kind of corner going on, and a couple of, you know, different styles of them, so I was like, oh well, that works. Maybe they're really into those. And just getting the decorations, and really at this point just a few little bits and pieces going underneath the TV, and it's nice to have a few different options there with all the packs available. And then we have the fun job of picking which couch is going to suit. Actually, it didn't take me too long to pick. Well, I can't even remember which one I went with. Was it Growing Together or was it Horse Ranch? I can't remember. But I'm doing the classic little trick of putting a hall table in behind the couch, just to give it like a, like you're not just looking at the back of the couch when you're on that side of the room, basically. So it gives you something decorative on the back of the couch. And I think that's about most of the lounge done. I will probably add some decorative touches off camera, but yeah, that is the majority of the living area finished off. I'm just deciding on a lovely rug just to bring out the room. And I was struggling with that a little bit, but we got there in the end. I think I used the cats and dogs one. So moving on to the kitchen, and I brought in something a little bit different because I was mucking around doing something the other day, and I noticed this shelving set, and I was like, you know what, I want to use this in a kitchen one day, like have like an open kind of pantry. I mean, you know, it's not particularly practical, but why not? It just adds a nice kitchen-y vibe. And then I'm going to the island living counters. I felt they kind of suited the bottom of that. Can you see? I don't know if you can see, but the bottom cabinets of that shelving unit actually look a lot like the island living counters. So that's why I chose the island living counters. I'm going to change the Growing Together arch because it just wasn't working. It's just too wide. but ended up using the cats and dogs archway, I think it is, yeah, because it's got that little arch in the top. And so the kitchen is coming together pretty quickly. So we just got like the breakfast bar on one side. I'm just going to do some counters up the top, and I will end up changing those windows to something a bit lower. There we go, and putting cabinets along the top there as well. So it did take me a little bit of fussing around, and I did skip over a bit of the fussing around and a little bit of the decorating as well. I'm using my shrinking dishwasher trick to put a rubbish bin under the counter, and here I am. I just skipped forward a little bit because I was fussing around with this for a while, but got some decorations up on the shelves, up on the wall, and on the counters as well. So then moving into the dining area, which is our final area to decorate, and I'm building a little drinks area using the Snowy Escape dividers as well as the island living counters. I'm just going to make it like a tea and coffee kind of cabinet area, and I just felt like the little dividers on the side just made it like, yeah, more of a little sectional kind of thing, and I thought it was cute. So just working on some couches, and this, I know it's a dining area, but I just wanted to make it like quite a social area as well, because it's a couple of couples and going into this at the moment, and I feel like they're young and they're going to have friends over, and socializing is going to be a big part of their lifestyle. So I'm just using the high school years rug that I love, and then I'm going to build like a little seating / shelving area using Dream Home Decorator. Thank you very much once again, Dream Home Decorator, you little gem. So I did stuff around with this again. What this build, I don't know what was going on. It just took me a little while. I was just playing around with different things, I guess. I think now and then you kind of do that with builds. You just have a little play around. So I skipped over a little bit of the decorating of this because that did take a while. But I put little bits and pieces onto the shelving there, and we've got some vases in the corner, and another couch with a light, and I'll just add in some little bits of plant as well, just to add a bit of greenery to that corner too. And then I think we are just about done, aren't we? I think so. Just a little bit of tweaking, end table going in there with a nice tray of something. I love a nice tray of something going on an end table. So here we are on the exterior. Oh, look at it's just stunning. I think it's absolutely stunning lot. Just absolutely beautiful. And I was really happy with how this came out. It just really struck the balance, I think, for me, between that modern and traditional vibe. It was a really good hybrid. So we will come back around, and ta-da! I decorated it. There we go. So that's looking a lot better. And you've got like a lovely little pool area out there, and you'll get together pool jumping and thing that you got with that pack. Oh, my description skills have really nosedived. Oh well. And just coming back around to the front, and you can see I've decorated that front area, porch area as well, which I did neglect to do during the actual build. So this is our lovely hall area. I think the touches of green, the shades of green with the grey, actually works really nicely. And then going through to our living area, you can see the decorative touches that I've added there. So the rug actually worked really nicely with the grey tones, and I did a little bit more decoration in the back corner as well, with the eco lifestyle planter on the wall and some plants on the ground and stuff. But I think that it's like a sort of study area on that end, and then you come through to the living area on this side, and I think it's really pretty. I really love how this turned out. I'm happy with it, so I guess I've impressed myself, so that's a good start. So that's the living area there, and then we are about to move into, you can see like some of the decoration there. So we're into the bathroom. Avert your eyes from the left side of the screen for a second. Good timing there, dude. But you can see I had to change the sink around a little bit just to make that workable. But otherwise, I think the rest of the room was fine. I don't know if I play tested the bath, but I think that should be okay. And then moving through to the kitchen, you can see like the little bits and pieces decorating the kitchen there using the Home Chef Hustle counters on the top and the Island Living counters on the bottom. So we've got the Home Chef Hustle dishwasher in there as well, and a sink out the window, and then you got the dining area, so bringing in that warmer wood just to give a bit more warmth to the room, because it, you know, it does have that sort of cold feel when you use a lot of greys and whites. So adding in the warmth of the furniture with the wood does make a difference, I feel. And you can see all the decorations on the wall there, on the decorative on the shelving unit. Well, I mean, I guess it is a decorative unit as well. It's multi-purpose. Looks pretty and puts things on it. I did warn you, my descriptive skills have gone downhill. I think I need some sort of caffeine. So this is the last of the dining room. We're going to head upstairs, and this is our little crafty Sims room. So we've got little hints of craft and their personality there. So they have like a bit of an arty side and a crafty side with the knitting and bits and pieces there. And in the lovely green, which I think is really pretty. And I think it works really nicely with the softer yellows. And I did test the easel, and that works just fine. As you can see, my Sims zapped into existence there. So you can paint away in that corner, and then off to the first ensuite bathroom up here. So you've got a nice bath, you can chill out there and relax, and hints of green in there that work with the bedroom off to the side. And then through to the second bedroom, and this is the Serenity Now bedroom, as I am calling it, in the pink. And it is nice and chill. You've got your desk and your little study area there, and a lovely, lovely bed with lots of space. And as you can see, my Sim is having a nice little sleep there, and like a cute little seating area where, you know, you might have a sit and a chat and a read. I don't know, I think it'd be quite peaceful. It gives me peaceful vibes anyhow. So then we are going to have a quick peek into the ensuite here. Whee! And that is just, you know, pretty simple, mix of traditional and modern, as is the vibe of the house. So I think we're about done with the tours. So I wanted to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I hope you come back to watch another video of mine again. Bye bye.